What is up, guys? It is Lynx. Welcome back to another Destiny video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the easiest strat and way to beat crota on the hard mode Crota's End raid. Now, you're going to be looking in the perspective of the sword carrier, which is me, obviously. Now, to start off, before I talk about strats or anything like that, you're going to need a couple things before you actually dive in to this boss fight. One, you're going to need a sword carrier that probably has experience from the normal raid. I mean, it's obviously not required, but it makes things a lot easier and a lot more smoother since it's basically the general or the same idea. The sword carrier on hard mode, I would say, has to be a hunter. Now, it doesn't have to be a hunter, but I'm going to go over why it's a lot easier in a second, and then you also need gear that gives you health back. Just because of the fact that on the hard mode, there is no Chalice of Light, and obviously, if you die on hard mode, there's no way to revive teammates. So basically, for the hunter, I know for a fact, Mask of the Third Man, if you get orbs, it gives you gear back. The Crota's End Raid Helm gives you, if you get orbs, it gives you health back. There are also a couple guns, the Soros Regime and the Red Death, when you get kills with them, gives you health back, but I'm not a big fan of using those as a primary just because I have a Galahorn, and obviously you can't have two exotics equipped at once, and the Galahorn is a much bigger aspect to be using in this raid just because of the damage that it does. So I'm going to go over why the hunter must be the sword carrier. The reason is because they have the subclass Blade Dancer. Now, it seems like a pretty obsolete subclass, in my opinion. That's a totally opinionated thing, except for this raid completely. Now, the reason it is so useful is because of the fact that you have multiple opportunities to go invisible. Now, being invisible helps not only because enemies can't see you, for example, boomers and crota and thralls and such stuff like that, but it also allows you to get max hits on crota. Now, I'm going to go over why this is. Basically, before you ever pick up the sword, if you have your super, what the sword carrier is going to do is they're going to use your super, and then there's a tier within it that allows you to go completely invisible called Vanish, and you will be completely invisible throughout the entire duration of your supercharge. That will give you enough time to actually be standing by crota the first time that your teammates down them. So you'll be able to get around 2 to 3 hits on crota. Now, when you're doing this, you want to play it safe. Play it completely safe because deaths will screw up a run and you'll have to wipe it. So don't be greedy. If you think you can get 4 hits, only get 3 because of the fact that after you actually get 3 hits the first time they down them, you drop the sword and then you use Escape Artist. Now, what Escape Artist does is that whenever you melee with Blink Strike, it allows you to go invisible for a certain amount of time. So, after crota starts standing up, you drop the sword, melee him with Blink Strike, and then you'll go invisible again, pick up the sword, wait for your teammates to down them, and then you can hit 4 to 5 times and get out. So you're doing an average of around 7 to 8 hits per time. Now that's amazing. Honestly, I didn't even know about this strategy until I did the hard mode. If I would have known this in normal, you could drop them in like 2 swords, which I mean it's awesome. This is literally like the best strategy. This is why a hunter has to carry the sword because of the fact that they can go invisible all the time. Now, I'm going to go over the strategy that we are using for this. Usually, on normal, you want to go to the left side strategy, but the reason that's not going to work, one, the boomers are level 33, they're a bitch, 1 to 2 hits, and you're dead. Like I said, deaths completely screw up runs. So basically, what we're going to be doing is standing in the middle, right outside of the room we spawn in. We're actually going to be going there right now in this video. We stand right on the edge right here. Now, the reason we stand on this edge is because we cannot get hit by boomers at this place, at this certain spot. I don't know why, but for some reason, if you're too far away, the boomer blasts explode, and they do not hit you. So we don't have to worry about the boomers. This is a good thing for a couple reasons. One, if the hunter can go invisible, the boomers can't shoot at him anyway, and 2, if you don't kill the boomers, you don't have to worry about the wizards spawning. Because obviously, if you didn't know, if you kill the boomers, there's a chance for either 2 more boomers to spawn or the wizard to spawn. So once everything is clear, you're gonna jump out in the middle, obviously. Everybody DPS the sword bearer because I mean you need to kill him. If not, he doesn't have like a certain tracking ability, so he'll run off to the left, he'll run off to the right. So you need to kill him right as he comes out, just so you make sure he's dead and you don't waste enough time. Now, when the sword bearer has like 25% health, that's when the sword carrier will go down, use a super, go invisible and stuff like that. Just so you're right there when the sword is down, and you'll have maximum time to have the sword, because obviously the sword is on a timer. So once the hunter does this, goes invisible, and gets his hits on crota, hunter, like I said, play it safe. do not be greedy. If you think you can get 4 hits, only get 3, just because of the fact that obviously a death spawns an oversoul, it's a wipe, no one can revive, stuff like that, and pretty much you're just going to repeat that for the 2 rounds. So after Crota actually moves twice, which is the spot we're at now, the ogres are going to spawn. Now, the ogres, I would say the beginning of the strategy is fairly easy. It's just, once you get it down, it's just a rinse and repeat type of thing until you get it right. Now, the ogres are the part that will seriously screw up a run. When you're on the ogres, take your time. You can actually afford to lose 1 sword. You can do that. It's not that bad. So, what we're going to do is, whenever Crota moves to the right, he stands on this platform right outside of here. Now, we had Titans. A Titan is very, very crucial for this strategy. Now, as you can see, the Titan has the shield up. We really don't even stand in the shield. We take our time, we move to the left, we jump up, we shoot them, we get back in and stuff like that. The reason we have the shield is because of the fact that the boomers are trying to track us, but since we are in the shield or just to the left of it, the boomers actually hit the shield and we take 0 damage from the boomers at all. So, we wait for the ogres to get in the middle, and then we just pop the shield and we down them as quickly as we can. As you can see, we let Crota move to the left again. Or Crota is going to move to the left before we actually do more damage on him, just because of the fact that we need to take our time and be sure that we killed the ogres and made sure that the ogres were dead. Now at the end, obviously you're just going to do the same thing again. Come in the middle, wait for Crota to rotate, and then rotate back. After he rotates back, you're just going to drop the sword. Hunter's going to get the sword, go invisible, kill him, stuff like that, yip-de-dee. Now, there is one new thing for the Crota's End hard mode raid boss fight. When Crota gets below, I would say about 20 to 15% health, he will automatically enrage. Now, that's not really a problem. I guess that would cause a problem for most people who haven't experienced it yet, but for this, we had a good experience group. That's not really a problem. I'm just going to say, do not worry about the oversoul, because if you can't kill Crota, that next sword, then it doesn't matter anyway, because obviously you're just going to keep throwing up oversouls and stuff, and that's just going to ruin the raid. So when the oversoul pops up, do not worry about it. If you're the sword carrier, just run up, stand next to him, take your time, again, play it safe, and everybody else just DPS Crota. Now, that's pretty much the whole strat and stuff like that. We're about to go up and kill Crota. We're about to use the sword for the last time and kill Crota. But I just want to stress something. This is probably going to take a long time. I probably spent, I would say, 8 to 9 hours playing the actual raid the first time I beat it. And I would say about 2 of those hours were spent actually getting up to Crota, and then the rest of the 6 were spent killing Crota. It's all about getting a good group, having a good team chemistry, and as well, if you don't have a group, there's a website you can go to called DestinyLFG.com. That website will allow you to list what you need help with, and then it will get you a group with. This is actually how I found this group, and we were able to defeat Crota. So it is going to take a long time, but after you beat it, I promise it. I promise, it is going to be so worth it. I mean, you would think I wasted 8 hours, but after I beat him, it felt like the greatest thing ever. So we're about to defeat Crota. I'm using my swords, and that is about it. So if you enjoyed this video and thought it was helpful in any way possible, don't forget to leave a like. If you want to see more Destiny videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. For anything and everything Destiny, this has been Lynx. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.